Hey, let me ask you a question. Are you a quitter? What I mean is that the second Friday of every January is considered Quitter's Day. And I don't want you to be a quitter. If you made a resolution, I want you to stick with it. And the word resolution, it dates back to 14th century. It means to break things into smaller pieces or break things into parts. In the Latin version of that, it's the process of reducing things into simpler forms, right? In today's world, we might look at it and say it's to make a decision to do something or not to do something. But I know this: to make a resolution, I gotta be four things. So one, I gotta be intentional. Every decision that I make must lead towards positive results of my resolution, right? The second thing I gotta do is be clear and concise. See, if I don't define what my outcomes are going to be or my end result, it's going to look like, then there's no real standard for me to follow to get there. Number three, I must be held accountable. Accountability makes sure that job gets done. It makes sure that I'm doing what I said I would do. Number four, I got to be consistent. See, half measures avail us nothing is what they say, but they actually do. They avail us negative results. So now that I know those four B's, I got to go back, look at that definition again, and what it means, the resolution means, is to break things into parts. To take that process and reduce it into simpler form, to make a decision to do or not do things, right? So if I got to break it into smaller pieces and into simpler forms to make decisions, what would that look like though in my life? So I use a model called the whole person model, made up of 6 areas: physical life, mental life, emotional life, social life, and spiritual life. Those are the top 5. The encompassing area that affects the whole person, it's our choices. It's called the volitional life. So our choices determine our destiny. So understanding how they develop is a crucial part to our legacy. So my choices have to come from somewhere. They have to stem from something, right? When I examine my life, what I know is my choices are a direct reflection of my values. So when healthy, I have the ability to decide what my values are going to be and what they're not. I have the power to change them and to influence them based on my willingness to change and my openness to new ideas and perceptions. Now, when we establish like strong, healthy values, we develop hope, and hope is having this faith that your circumstances are going to get better. See, hope drives purpose, and then purpose is the reason for which something's created or for which something exists. And purpose then gives life meaning. And meaning is having this significance, this intent, and this sense, right? And that meaning fuels passion, and passion is strong and a barely controllable emotion of enthusiasm. And passion stirs people, and people ultimately change the world. So the resolutions that we make today can in fact change the world. Now we have to nourish that flame that we start. We have to align ourselves physically, mentally, emotionally, socially, spiritually, and volitionally. This alignment helps us start to break through defeating habits and bad behaviors. The alignment, it ultimately helps us change the world. And the desire to change the world will develop our legacy. And the legacy is lasting, it's profound, and it's powerful. And a legacy is truly about living. It's not about something that after you died. It's about the current. A legacy is really about learning from the past, living in the present, and building for the future. Now there's 5 parts to a legacy, or questions that I would ask myself. 1, who or what do I want to impact? What's my sphere of influence around me? 2, how do I want to instill change? See, changes are what makes the biggest difference, and they're hard to do. This is the part people get hung up on, right? Number 3, what will I do or create that will outlive my life? This is where we plant the trees for today so the fruits can be reaped tomorrow, so to speak, or down the road. And then number 4, what will the results be? Here's where I get a daydream. about stuff and I really get crazy with the vision I have. And then number 5, what action steps are necessary to make this a reality? This is the rubber meeting the road. So where I made a decision, now I got to take action. So fast forward to the end of your days and imagine that you're on your deathbed. When you look back at life, you look at it and say, what do I see? What does my family think about me, right? What does my community think about me? What do I think about me? Would the people be quoting my life as an example of what to follow? So I close with this. If you have the opportunity to live again, would the life that you just lived be an inspiration and an example for your new life? Here's what I know. What gets measured gets improved. You got to measure your life. You got to set resolutions and follow them. Because is it scary to know the plans God has for you, or near the end of your days, get on that deathbed and not know what the purpose of your life was? I don't want that experience. I would rather seek out the plan God has for me today. I'd rather make a resolution to change and implement those 4 things that we talked about, apply them to my whole person, and really push forward to ensure that I don't come second Friday of January and be a part of Quitters Day.